Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the look that I'm doing today. If you're curious about the eyes, I filmed it separately. That's going to be in a short, probably after this video. But as you can see from the title, we're going to be doing complexion using a majority of Danessa Myricks products. You guys know I'm a Danessa Myricks stan. Okay, I'm a Danessa Myricks stan. Anything I can get my hands on, I like to use. The only thing that I didn't really have was the powder, because I already have a favorite mattifying setting powder, pore blurring powder. So I was like, I didn't want to buy a whole nother powder and it not work. So if I can find it on Poshmark or something, then I'll probably get it then. But for right now, we use a different powder. Everything that I use will be listed down below in the description box, just in case you're curious. But without me rambling on, let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's do some complexion. So I'm going to be using a majority of Danessa Myricks products because, bitch, I love Danessa Myricks, okay? So I picked up the, where is it at? Where is it at? I literally just had it. Here it is. The Yummy Water Powder Serum, Mattifying and Priming Face Serum. So I'm not sure if this does anything. I've used it a couple of times. My complexion looked great, but I'm not sure if it does anything. Like, it mattifies, but I'm not sure if it's like keeps your makeup on longer or smooths anything, because usually I don't have that issue whether I use a primer or not. So I'm still trying it out. It specifically says do not shake, just tap the bottom. So I just tap the bottom to mix it up a little bit. And then I take off the top and you press the bottom down to get the product out. So what was that? Like about six drops. Then I take a brush and brush it along my nose area, because this is where I tend to get oily. I have normal to dry skin, so along the perimeters of my face and right here I get very dry, but my nose will eat makeup. Make it make sense. I'm not sure if this has any niacinamide or anything in it. I'm not sure, but it's a serum, so that makes me think it's got some sort of skincare in it. Doing that. Put it in my Fu Manchu area. On my chin. A little bit more on my nose, because you can never have too much mattification on the nose. And then bringing it up into my T-zone area on my forehead. Now, it doesn't smooth or anything either. I don't really have a shit ton of pores, but sometimes when I wear makeup, the pores are accentuated.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi, baby.
It's so soft.
I know. You cannot play with makeup right now, baby.
Ooh.
You can play with makeup later.
Still soft.
You need your hair combed. So I'm going to let this sit for about 5 minutes. Talk to my kid, give her good morning kisses and stuff like that. And
I'm so funny, Mommy.
You are. You're so funny. And I will be right back. So it's been about 5 minutes. I'm by myself again. That water serum primer definitely mattified my T-zone area. So now I'm going to go in with some foundation. Foundation I'm going to be using is the Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. Now, I love this packaging because when you run out of it, you don't have to buy a whole new component. You can just buy the refill. So originally this was 6N, as you can see. I don't know if that's going to focus. It was 6N. But now I have 10G in here because I still have my summer tan going on. So I'm going to shake that up a little bit and put it in my hand. This stuff can go from full coverage or from medium coverage to full coverage. So I just like to really work it into the brush and then apply it using swiping and tapping motions. Immediately medium coverage, but like I said, you can always build it up to full. Alright, so just stamping that in. This color is a tad bit too dark for me, but I lighten it up with concealer. This was my summer shade, and I'm just trying to get some last uses out of it before I'm too light. Put some on my nose. My daughter went to go play on the computer. She probably woke my husband up because the computer is in his room. On the weekends, I do my makeup in the morning so I can, you know, attempt to have some alone time. She's up early. It's like around 7. I started at around 6. I filmed this eye look too. So that should be up. That's probably going to be a short. Let me know if you're a busy parent and how you get away. Because this is my version of getting away. I just sit in my room and do my makeup. Let me know what your mom time or dad time looks like. Let me know down below. What does that look like for you? Oh, this foundation is so pretty and it's just so radiant. Now, what does it look like on my nose? It's matte. It's not as radiant as it is everywhere else. All the places I applied that water serum primer, it's matte-er. It's still got a little bit of a glisten, but it's not as radiant as the other parts of my face. So what I like to do after I apply it with the brush is go in with a dry sponge. This one is from Real Techniques. And just really press it into my skin. This also gets up any excess product. I did purchase the Yummy Skin skin tint. The shade is a little light, but I think if I bronze up, it will be fine. So I'll probably be using that next. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know I absolutely love complexion. Like I do, you know, eye looks and stuff like that, but complexion is where my heart is. And Danessa Myricks has some good-ass complexion products. Even though I'm excited to try the one size foundation when it comes out. Today is the 21st, so it comes out on Monday. I'm excited to order it and try it. I just gotta find my shade. So that is what the skin is looking like. Gorgina. Gorgina. Alright, I'm going to do some bronzing contour stuff using the Groundwork palette. So going in with the shade Harvest right here. Right there. Rubbing it into my hand a little bit to really work it into the brush. And then applying it to my cheekbones. Really blending it out. All right, taking a little bit more of that Harvest shade. Really getting it into the brush and going along my chin area. Let me know down in the comments, when I do these longer videos, do you guys do your makeup with me? Let me know. That's what I do when I watch longer videos. I just break out my makeup and then it's like having a makeup date with an old friend. I love makeup dates. Or you just invite a friend over and you just beat your face together. I haven't had one of those in a while. I need to invite a friend over and just break out all the makeup and play. And play. All right, so next I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use my foundation brush just to soften this side a little bit because I want a little heavy. But I like it heavy. Oh. A little bit on this side too. So pretty. So pretty. The older I get, the more I love cream products. I have to say, they're so pretty. All right, so next I'm going in with concealer. This is the Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer, and I got it in the shade 5. This is a little light for me right now, but it won't be when I go back to being my winter shade. So I just put a little bit right here and a little bit right here. I'd go higher if I didn't have eye makeup on, but I do, so I'm going a little lower. And I'm just going to use my finger to pat it out. So this concealer has become a new favorite. I didn't think I would like it because of how, I don't want to say dry it is, but moussey it is. I'm used to my Natasha Denona Serum Concealer, which is very wet feeling. This doesn't feel very wet. This feels more on the stiffer side, but I like how it applies, and I like how it sets too. And then going over with that dry sponge again. Oh, it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. I'm going to put some down the center of my nose. Put some on my forehead and around my mouth. I'm going to use my foundation brush for these areas. That looks so good. And apparently this has caffeine in it, along with some other skincare ingredients, so it's supposed to be lifting your skin, tightening your skin while you wear it, and then long-lasting benefits, which I love the thought of that. little bit of a reverse contour. I'm going to put some underneath my contour. Ooh, that's sharp. Ooh, that is very sharp. Love it. And then just blend it a little bit. So pretty. So pretty. I'm going to use some of my Groundwork palette to contour my nose. Now it's time for powder, using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. And a little setting brush. And getting right underneath my eyeshadow. And bringing it down the sides of my nose. This is in the shade Fair, by the way. Now, other side. And I love how this concealer pairs with this powder. Now, I didn't buy the Evolution powder from Danessa Myricks because I already have this powder and the next powder that I'm going to show you that are my favorites. So I did not buy the Evolution powder. If I can find it on Poshmark for like half price or something, then I'll try it, but I'm not going to pay full price for something that I don't really need because I have powders already. Super pretty. All right, so next I'm going in with this Benefit Power Powder. The only thing I don't like about this, it only comes in one shade. I wish it had a brightening shade, but it doesn't. So we're going to use a powder puff. Really get it into the puff. And stamp it into the skin. Look at that. Pores where, bitch? Pores where? It's so pretty. It kind of camouflages the texture because it's smoothing. I mean, you can't completely get rid of texture, but you can make it look like you have bumps under velvet rather than bumps under, you know, canvas. If that makes any sense. So really get it into that puff. And do the same thing on the other side. Look at that. This is such a pretty powder. And once again, this is from Benefit, which, who would have thought Benefit would come out with a powder like this? Who would have thought? But this is my favorite powder. I wanna compare it to a couple of powders, but like I said, right now this is just my favorite that I've tried. Everyone's talking about the Lunar Beauty powder. I've tried the One Size powder. It's not my favorite. But everyone's talking about Lunar Beauty and how poor blurring that is. So I might try that. I'm just putting this on my nose. Very gently. I'm putting it on the center of my forehead. Very gently. And right here. Very gently. Look at that. So pretty. It's such a pretty powder. Such a pretty powder. Okay, next I'm going to go in with my Glam Goth Beauty. Next I'm going to go in with my Glam Goth Beauty Dark Renaissance palette. Someone in a previous video, I think it was the mustard video, asked me where I got the yellow blush. Right here. Called Daddy Vinci. It's yellow blush. Today I'm going to be using the shade Sinister Chapel. And this is going to be my bronzer shade. I need to pick up another one of these because she said she's discontinuing it after it sells out. So I need to make sure I have a backup because this palette is so good. I don't know why she's discontinuing it, but this is one of my most used palettes. I use this over my little Sephora quad that I have. Like, because these double up as eyeshadows as well as a face palette. It's just so versatile. And it works for so many different skin tones. Absolutely fucking love it. I wish she wasn't discontinuing it. I really wish she wasn't. But maybe she's coming out with something else. She said she's coming out with a powder. So I'm going to try that. I love Glam Goth Beauty. I like small businesses in general. But Glam Goth Beauty, I've been riding with Marley for a hot minute. Back when she was in that little ass corner in her mom's house. That's how long I've been riding with Marley. Mama Goth. Just putting this along my chin area. Beautiful. Okay. Next, I'm going to go in with a little bit of Morbid Lisa, which is right here. And that's going to be used as my powder contour for my nose. Well, first, actually, first I'm going to go in with the shade Marble and go down the center of my nose. Oh, did I mention there's a big ass mirror on the back? Mine is dirty, but big ass mirror. So go down the center of my nose. The shade Marble. Once again, it's a little crooked, but that's okay. Because I'm going to shape it up with Morbid Lisa. Just a little bit, just a tad bit on either side. Because I already have that cream contour going on, so I don't need a lot of powder. Alright. And then on either side of my nose, I'm going to go in with the shade Madonna right here. And I'm going to really work that into the sponge. And then just go on either side to really brighten it up. And then take a face brush and just pat that in. Pat all the powders in. Make sure everything is nice and blended. Gorgeous. Okay, so for blush, I don't know what I want to do. I want to keep it more on the fall side, even though these eyes are not fall, but I'm going to use the shade, Architecture and Florence right here. These two as my blushes today. And just go in with Florence first and put it on the apples of my cheeks. I just want to keep this warm. I don't want it to be too cool. Put Florence on the apples of my cheeks and then go in with Architecture and put it on the backs of my cheeks. You really have to dust these off because they are pigmented. Taking a little bit of Architecture on my forehead as well. Lower the nose, along the chin area. So pretty, so pretty. All right, now I'm going to spray my face down before I put on my highlighter. This is aloe vera and glycerin. And this is just going to help all the powders melt together. All right, so all the powders are melded together, looking super pretty. So for highlight, I'm going to go back into the Lightwork 6 palette, and I'm either going to use this one or this one. I'm not sure. So this right here is the shade Release. I think I've used that already. Let's use this one. I haven't used this one before. This is in the shade Free. So let's use the shade Free. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, that is icy. Gonna have to be careful with that. I'm gonna put that on the inner corner of my eye first. All right, taking some of that Free shade. Oh, this is a little chunky. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this on my cheeks. Yeah, this is a little chunky, but looks good on the inner corner. All right, we're not doing that. Redirect, we are going to be using the Unearthly Cosmetics Dreamer palette, the Dreamer highlight palette right here. And I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Wish. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with the shade Wish right here. So get a highlighting brush right here. Just go in with the shade Wish. Ooh, that's pretty. Very, very subtle, but very pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Put some on my cheeks, my cheek area. Under my brow a little bit. on my brow. Put a little bit on my nose. And down the center. So pretty. Ooh, I went a little ham. I went a little ham. Hold up. My foundation brush. Oh, that's so pretty. And a little bit above my lip and on my chin. Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Now it's time for lips. What am I going to do? So for lips, I'm first going to go in with the Groundwork palette. And I'm going to use the shade... What am I going to use? I'm going to use the shade Harvest right here. Okay, now that we've done that, looking a little bit crazy. But it's going to come together in the end. Using the shade Death of Venus from Glam, Goth Beauty. And then I'm going to blend this in to the lip. So here I am back with the final look. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Using a majority of Danessa Myricks products. Absolutely love. Absolutely. How annoying am I? Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Press the subscribe button down in the description box so you don't miss any more content from me. Share this video because, you know, sharing is caring. And since you're here, you might as well watch some more videos. So there they are, popping up right there and right there. Right there and right there. Right there and right there. Support your girl, okay? And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!